Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Crafts Her Way by Devin Seward. Today, we are going to be doing a whole lot here. We have some unmolds to do. I'm going to show you some molds I did. And then we are going to finish up some of the things we didn't get done because I was off sick. And we are going to make some decorations and put some stuff together. So if you are ready, guys, I am too. Let's get started. Okay, here we go. So for today, if you can hear me okay, I'm trying to be at level here where I can get in here. So get all these turned around. I changed my paper on here because when I do crafts, I like clean paper. So for today, we unmolded the Santa Claus the other day. Okay, there's our Santa coaster. Nice and pretty and glittery. And we put a red backing on it. And so this is Santa. And hold on 1 minute. Okay, and for Santa, we're going to be giving him, since he is all finished, we're going to be giving him a tag. And so I take these little pipe cleaners, and these are glittery and they're red, and I have them in all different colors. And I just poke them through the hole. You just bring it on through like this. Okay, and then you're just going to pull them up here and just give them a little twist on the end. And then I just fold that down, just like so. And then all I got to do is flip my cord. Well, I do it the other way so that that piece goes in the back. And then you can hold them up there, and they're nice little ways to hang your Christmas ornaments. And so there's Santa, and he's got his little band on him. And I don't really want to do anything else to it because it's glittery. All I'll do is give it a good sand around the outside edge. And then Santa Claus will be all finished off for the tree. And those are so pretty, guys. They make great Christmas ornaments, okay? So there's one, okay? And we'll lay this one over here. It's good and finished. And then we have our other Santa that we poured yesterday. And we're just going to pop him out of the mold. And just get a good tug on him all the way around. What this is an old lid that is rubber. And I used it because I wanted to make some Santa ornaments. And it has the perfect indent. I'll show you. As soon as I get it off of here. I just got to keep tugging it around. There we go. There we go. Keep turning it. Okay. Sometimes they're hard to get out. Sometimes they're not. So it has the perfect lip in the back here. You can see that. For me to pour the red. And that's what we're going to do when we get ready to pour our resin. So we'll put his red in. And so we're going to set him aside. And then we will make another one. And I simply just take the bowl. And then I bought these little Santa stickers, which are adorable, and you can get them at any dollar store. And I just take them. It's just a sticker. And I stick him down there, nice and center, just like that. And then when we're ready to pour, we'll pour a clear over top of him so you can see what I'm doing, guys. I'm going to set that one up there. Okay. Then we're going to move on along. So we have our little resin shaker, turtle shaker. And there's his cap. And it just sits right on there. And there's the other one. And we'll re-pour this mold and re-pour our little turtle mold in a minute. So I'm going to set him aside a second. This one here, it's got a bubble in the back, guys. So I will fill that in today when we're done. And I just take my little, this one here, I think I'm going to make a blue. So, because it's got the red. I just take my little pipe cleaner. I'm going to kind of clean that out a little bit and poke it through the hole, which I pre-drill my holes, guys, when I'm done with my little drill. I have my Richie do it for me. He does a great job. Okay. And then just twist it off right here on the end. And then remember, we're going to fold that down and then pulling it to the back through. And that makes a nice little hanger, guys. Right like that. Okay. And then with that one there, we're going to lay it down because when we get a chance, we're going to pour the clear into that hole. Okay. And I'll sit them on top of that one. And then there's our another one. Okay. And then for this one today, guys, I almost forgot to grab the holly. So give me a minute. We're going to make another one because we're making sets. I think I put that in here. I believe I did put that in here. So hold on 1 minute, guys. Let me get my holly. Yep, there goes my snowman. Come on. Where is it? Maybe I put it in there. I kind of thought I did. Oh, okay. I want that. Alrighty. Let's see, guys. Give me 1 second. I know I had another one cut out. And I'm just not sure what I did with it. So, I guess I'll have to cut out another one real quick. Hold on 1 second. Okay. Okay. It's not actually cut out. They come off on a little sheet, and I just kind of pull them out. I don't know why I said cut out, guys. So sorry about that. And we'll stick that holly down in here. Okay, just like that. And the next one is ready. And when we get ready, we will pour that one too. Okay. And so for now, I'm going to show you the next mold, which was our little bitty butterflies. And as you all remember, they are absolutely no bigger than the tip of my finger nail on my pinky. Okay. Real tiny butterflies, guys. You see that? They're so cute. And we got about, there's one. It's orange. And then we got blue and purple. Oh, it's red. Sorry, guys. Red, blue, purple, and purple. Okay. And there's that one. And I make up a bunch of these. I use them on my little characters. Sometimes I sell them. Sometimes I don't. Just depends on what I want to use them for. And if y'all want to, you can go on my eBay account, which I'll get you that information. I'll post it down into the comments later so you can all see it. Okay? All right. Let me put my little butterflies up because we use the butterfly mold for all of our extras in the turtle mold. And so, oops, sorry about that, guys. We're going to kind of get you straightened back out there. All right. And then we had this one that we molded, which was the roses and the skulls, which I don't do a whole lot of skulls, but this one is new. So if you can see, I kind of painted the green in and different green leaf colors here. I painted the eyeballs in, and I'm not quite done with that one, but it's a lot to paint, and it's a lot of small details. So we will get that finished, and I will show you on the next video. All right? But there you have it, guys. It's turning out really, really pretty, and I love the colors. And it stands up about like this, and so this would be something you could use to set a character on and, you know, kind of sell it like that. Or, you know, if you guys got something small you want to put on there, or a little, even a tray, you know, like you could make some kind of a tray and set it on there to make it for little rings, like a ring tray, which we might do, guys. We just might. Let's get this one going, and we just might do a ring tray for the next video, okay? When we do the skull one. So there you have it. I'll leave it up here until we do the video on it. Maybe we'll make that for tomorrow too. Okay. Because we do have a lot to do today, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now, like I said, this one here, we got to fix that bubble. So I'm going to set it up there so I remember to do that. All right. And then these guys we made around Halloween. There's a lip in here that's not filled in, but the rest of the lip is. But this bottom part didn't. So I got to fill these guys in today too. Both of them wound up doing the same thing. So I just want to get those filled in, guys. That way I can pull them out of the coasters and remake, okay? So here you have it. I'll just stack these over here also for the today's pour, all right? And then our little owl, she is cute as a button. We painted the wings gold. We painted the eyeballs black and the gold inside, and then I just took some gold and antiqued around the front and around the back. It's a little hard to see, but she turned out really, really cute. I thought about putting a little bit of white in her ears, but I changed my mind because she is an owl. I wanted to make her look just with the gold effect, okay? And these are also on my eBay account, which I will post to you. And there you have it, okay? All right. And then we did our snowflakes, okay? And so here we have one still in the mold. And we're just going to easily go and start peeling it back. And you don't want to really pull it tight until you start getting it peeled back. These babies break so easy. These molds are tender. I don't know what it's made of, but every time I seem to make one in the other mold I have here, and I'll show you, it kind of tears. And so I got 2 spots in this one. If anybody has any idea how to fix them, I can put hot glue on it in order for it to hold to make a mold, which I do when I'm making, at least 2 at a time. And so that's the idea of it, guys. I don't know how to fix it. I am working on it. So here, like I said, we just slowly want to pop it out. You don't want to get real aggressive with these molds because they tear easy. Very gentle. And I just kind of keep going around until I get it to pop off. Now that the one broke on me, I don't want to keep splitting them so easily. Just kind of keep going around, and eventually she'll pop out there. Okay, and then when you have it, you can just pull it up. And there's my snowflake. And I did make 3 all together. I have one more to do. Okay, and this is a set of 4. All right, and so when they're done on the snowflakes, I just easily take, and you don't want everything to be the same color, so I'm going to use green on this one. And I just take the green and I go and level the stem up and twist it, okay, and put it down just like that. And then I pull it to the back very easily, okay, without, whoops, put that over there. There we go. And then you can pull it up, and there's your hanger for your snowflakes. And if people don't want the hanger on them, they can take them off and put regular old Christmas hooks on them. So there's one. And you got to be really careful. Sometimes these turn out real thin, like that one there. See that indent? There's a hole. So now she's got to go back in the mold. Or you could actually fill that in with UV resin, which I think I will do that. Okay, and then this one here, you just take it up like this, okay, and you just slightly twist it at the top, fold that tip down just like that, push it over to the side that goes up, like facing upward, or yeah, downward, hang on. Okay, that's right, up. All right, and then it goes like this. That way it's not coming through the hole. And there you have it. There's the second one. Okay. Now, I'm going to put you guys on pause for a minute. I'm going to fix the third one, and then we will get her molded or get her hung. Go. All right. So I went ahead and fixed the little hole here, you can see. And so I'm going to take my other green one, and I'm just going to zip it through there. I got to get her lined up, guys. Okay. And then you take it like this. You want to line it and then just pinch it around. Just pinch it, and you want to twist it at the top. Remember, a little twist, and then you pinch it. See, it would pinch to this side. Or wait, to that side. Because it goes down flat. Okay, whoops, no, I had it right. Okay, it goes to the other side because this is my back, folks. So, now that I messed it up, leave it to me. Okay, then you twist it with a little good twist on the end. You want to make sure it's twisted nice and good. And then we're going to bend it back this way. You can see that, okay? And then when you come around the circle, okay, then it's pinched up against that. And there you have it, guys. There's another one you can hang on the tree. So there's my 3, and then we will make number 4. I sell them in groups of 4. And I went ahead and fixed that one. I put a little UV resin in it. I cleared it up, and then I'll give it a good sand down. And then there you have it. This one is clear, okay? And I'm going to make them like that. I'm not sure I want to put anything else on it. Maybe, guys. Maybe like we could take, if you wanted to, you could take some of the pipe cleaner and just go around the outside edge to give it a blue twist. That actually looks really pretty, guys. I think we might do that. Okay? But you would have to bend it and hold it in place and actually glue it down. All right? So I think I'll go ahead and give it the little twist later. I just wanted to show you an idea, maybe what we could do here. Okay? And so there you have it. All right? Okay. And that one is good. And I'll go ahead and fix it up later. And then these guys are good and done. We're going to pour the next one. Okay. And then we're going to get in here real quick. This is our little turtle shaker. Okay. All right. First of all, guys, I want to show you the last mold we have to unravel here today, which was our little turtles. Okay. And we poured them. And as you can see, that's my index or my finger. And they're no bigger than the tip of my finger. Okay. So probably about the crease in my finger right here on the top where your finger creases right there. Okay. So it would be from my fingernail just to the fold of the finger, if you can see that. They're just not very big at all. They're really tiny. Okay. And there are 20 of them in here. And I make them up by 20. So I just take make sure there's no sharp edges on them. I just pop them out. Let me get a little baggie to stick them in so I can show you. And we don't drop them all over the place. All right. And then we just pop them out of there. You make sure there's no extra resin around them. If there is, you just kind of pull it off. They're real easy. There you have it. Whoops. I don't want to put it in there. All right. And he's got a little speck right there. A little speck right there. And it just comes off real simple. All right. And there's 3 more of them. And you just pop them out of there. That's all there is to it. See, sometimes they come out with all this. But it just comes right off. The turtles are simple. There's a little bubble in his toe. Can you see that bubble? So when they get like that, I just put them in a gift bag. Take a little resin, fill that toe in. It's nice and easy. Okay. Down with that one. And I bag them up by 20, guys. You know? And then I sell them on my eBay. And there's one. Everybody likes a different color turtle. They're just cute. Here we go. Pop that out of there. See? And then you have more. You just pop them out of there. Make sure all the little excess, and you get some purple colors and different colors in them too. They're really adorable little turtles. People use them for crafts. You can put them on top of your resin molds, like even, kind of setting them up on top of something if you can see, and just glue it down. You can probably use them on Christmas ornaments too, like put one in the middle of a clear snowflake. I don't know. Different kind of things. They're cuter than all get out. I love the little turtle. I do the green turtle. I'll show you. So I do the little green turtle. I put him on a card. And the card says, whoops, turn it upside right. The green turtle brings fortune and brings lots of luck. Okay, see that? And I put my little turtle up here. But they say in Japan that if you put a penny in a green sea turtle's mouth, that it will bring you money. Okay? They call it their money turtle, which is uniquely different. I mean, we all have, each state has their own little thingamajigger. Some have the Loch Ness Monster, so on and so forth. Let's get him back up here. And it's just a matter of whatever. So, there you have it. These little turtles are so adorable, guys. See him? And he's all good. They're so cute. I cannot believe how tiny that is. You see how tiny that is, guys? Adorable. Adorable, adorable. Glitter ones are pretty. And then these are just little, let me get that out of there. Little neon turtles. Neon colors from what we poured the other day. Beautiful, huh? Okay. And there you have it. And then I use him for my excess mold, which I try to get everything out of them. Molds. You want to clean your molds, guys. And always make sure they're popped back out the right way, because you don't want nothing to be inside of it. Okay? Nothing glittery. Anyhow. And when I get 20 in a bag, I'll throw in one extra sometimes, just to make sure I got the same amount. Sometimes I like to put in one called a sneaky turtle. On the color that's not in there. Whoops. Bright light, guys. Sorry about that. You can bump that thing so easy. Okay. And when you're all done with that, you just want to take a tie and put it on there. And then I'll put my business logo on them. And I just zip tie them shut, just like that. And there's my 20 turtles. And there's my one oddball. Okay. And there you have it. Alrighty. Now, on the next one, project, which I have a bunch of little projects here that we are going to do at the last minute. Now back to our little turtle, okay? What we're going to do with him is we're going to take some, because he is what we call a non-see-through turtle, but he's for kids so they can shake it, and they're not trying to open it because of what's in it. So I just take a little bit of this, which is like candy glitter, they're candy flakes, okay? Just put them in there. You don't want too many of them. You want enough it'll move around in there and you can make sound, okay? And this is one you won't be able to see through. And sometimes there's oddballs, but you got little bitty kids and you don't want them to see through them. So we're going to take this, which is our E6000. untwist it again. 1 second while I grab some pliers. Once it cures, dries, it holds tightly and you can't get the lid open. So we're just going to undo it again. Okay, there we have it. Okay, I like these pliers. They come in handy. I get all kinds of tools to work with, and I use each and every one for a certain thing. Okay, now I take my little pokey needle here. I kind of got, and it's got a flat curve to it, if you can see that. And I use it. I just kind of, and it's coming right on out, guys. Dip it in there. And you just want to go around the edge. You want to start and pull it. Now this one here is going to sit right inside the lip, so you just don't want to get it down in there. That way it doesn't stick to it. And that's what you try not to do. I get the shake sometimes when it comes to working with tiny things. Makes it really hard. If you don't shake it when it dries, then you can shake it. You try not to shake it while it's wet, because if you do, then your shaker gets stuck and everything sticks to the shaker on the inside. So you just put your little lip around. You're going to take your cap so it doesn't all run down in there. And you want to get them on there just right. And hold it for a minute. Making sure, whoops, that he's all the way around the edge and even. Okay, whoops. It's trying not to move it around, guys. Then you take your towel, wet towel. I use baby wipes. They clean up a lot of the mess off of the resin. Just go around the outside edge where it is dripping. Oops, not to do that again, Devin. Okay, that one's a little too dry, that's why. You just want to get it around the outside edge. Get it all wiped off of there. Of course, it comes right off after it's good and dry. And just wipe it. All right, guys. I'm going to let her dry on there so she's good and cured. And then I'm going to take my E6000 and just go right up against my turtle a little bit here on this one side where it come off. Right there. Oops. It's so stringy. It's like playing with string sometimes. Right there. I just want it to secure in. And then I'll wipe it down when it's done. Again. Because when it moved around, it kind of shifted some of the UV. So we just want to make sure it's on there good and secure. Just like that. I'm going to wipe this piece here. And I'll sit that up there and we will let her dry. And then when she's done, she becomes a little turtle. And inside is a butterfly in this one and glitter, and they just become little shakers. It's kind of hard to hear it, but it kind of sounds like a little numbing sound, you know. They're cute. That one there. And it's got the little butterfly, and it's got some colorful beads and some stars. And then this one here. Okay. Now I'm going to show you, these are my shakers. All right. How I get my backings on them. So for the backings, everybody uses different ones. I like the flat buds. I can use those too, but these here have little sayings on them. This one says love, and one says believe and faith, and I kind of like that, and hope, you know what I mean? So what I do I got 5. So 1, 3, that's 4. And this one makes 5. And you can make little keychains out of these too. If you want to take a drill bit and glitz and glitter, she puts a little hole about here and she makes little keychains out of them. You know what I mean? Which makes them adorable. Or you can put the little keychain on the head even. She puts it on a little paw, which makes them very, very cute. All right. And so I take some E6000. I get a good chunk on there. Just about like that's a bubble. And I put it on the back of my little circle. And then I take the head of it and I line the tip of the head up with the circle. Right about there where I can see the tiny circle. Okay. Just like that. And then here, I take the excess and just wipe that off. You know what I mean? Trying not to get it on there. But now she's nice and cute. And I got my little circle that I can put my head through, or my string through. Okay, I'll show you that in a minute. And then I go on to the next one. And that one says love, guys. And I go on to the next one. See, this one's got one on it. And it says BFF, like best friends forever kind of thing. All right. Take this and I put that on there just like that. And I put my turtle head down just like this. And I make sure it's even just like that. Try to get it centered, guys. There you have it. I'll let that one dry. I'll take my towelette and I'll wipe off this excess right here so we don't have tons of it on the bottom. Then we go on to the next one. And we'll take this one, which this one here has got, it's kind of not so sparkly anymore, but it'll be all right. Okay, and then we take this one. That one kind of goes in a giveaway when you can't see through them, which I mean you can. It's kind of got a little bit of everything in it. I'll take that one, flatten it down on the turtle head, turn it over, make sure it's even, and there you have it. Okay. I don't like it to poke in my hole because then I can't get my string in there. So nice and even like that. Okay. And then we will do that again. We will take this one, scoop it up, and put it on the back of this one. Then we're going to take, whoops, where'd he go? He's over here. We're going to take this one and drop it down on there, and I'll flatten him out. I want to make sure it's nice and level with the head. And so this one says love also. This one says faith. That one says dream, and that one says love. And this one was BFF. And I did this one ahead of time so I could show you guys how I do my strings. I find that parents, and I think I've told you guys this before, but parents are not liking chains on them because children can break the chain easier. So I use a string for mine. I was going to say I thought I got the string. And this is the kind of string I use. This is actually cross-stitch string, which looks about like this. Okay. So you know what I'm talking about. And I just roll out a piece of string. What's going on with that piece of string? Oh, hang on, guys. There we go. Okay. About yay long. Okay. I want it to be big enough to slip over their head. Then I take my scissors and cut it. Cut Oh, that was easy enough. I mean, I don't think it went all the way through. Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Now, what I did wrong was I have this little sewing thing for the eyes of your needles. Well, I find that it's easier if I slip this through the hole of the loop and then place my string get the good end of it here. Well, I don't honestly know if I have a good end here. Okay, so I slipped that through the eye of that needle for threading a regular needle. So you see that, and it's not all that wide, but if I just slip it through there. Oh, I'm going to pull strings because I didn't get it all the way. Hang on, guys. Okay, this string is going to go crazy on me. But anyhow, I get it through the eye of the needle like that. And then I can pull it through that loop. All right. And then I pull my string up even. And I'm going to pull it about to here because that's where it shredded on me. So you get it about even. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to slip knot it. And so I'm going to cut this. And so what I do is I take it and I ravel it around my finger. I don't know how I do this, guys. I've always done it. I just slip it through like this. It makes its own little slip knot. Okay. It's about the only way I do it. It's a pain in the butt to try to hold it any other way. And I just keep slip knotting it where I get a knot in the end of my string like that. Okay. Then you can take them and pull them apart about like that. But there you go, guys. And there's your necklace. Okay. And there you have it. All right. Nice and cute. And I just love the way they turn out. So there's that one. Okay. And this is how, oh, and I put little eyeballs on there, if you can see. I have one that I put 2 little black dots there. And then I have one that I had put in spider eyes on, which was really, really cute. In fact, I don't know, maybe he's not in here, and he's not. So I take my, I don't want to actually turn them upside right yet, but I will show you. I take my black marker, and I just hold him up like this, okay? And you just kind of want to center them. You look about right there's one eye, and then you come over here, about right there's another eye. Well, that might be a little close. I think that actually slid around. It did. That's what made it so uneven. Okay. And so there you have it, guys. There's his little eyeballs. And it don't matter where you put them. As long as he's got 2 little eyes, he looks like a little turtle. All right. Get that on there. Scoot it up a little bit. All right. We're going to let that dry. I don't want to move them around a lot, guys. I don't want them to fall apart on me. And they would if they had a tendency to, because that's how everything works out for me. And this one here will be for our purple shaker. Okay. And we will string these 4 later. I just kind of wanted to show you how that works out. So I'm going to go ahead and move these because I don't want them to get bumped. And she is done. And so when they're finished, I take them. And I put them in a little baggie just like this. weight of the turtle goes down, then the string won't get all tangled up inside. And I just kind of fold it over like so. Then I take my little staple gun, guys, and I staple them shut. That kind of, oops, hold on. That kind of keeps my string from unraveling wherever else. Oh, this thing. There we go. And so you just get it in there like that. There we go. It's a stubborn old little thing. It's just a tiny stapler. All right, and she is ready to go, folks. All right. Now, back to our crafting. So that will be next for the moldings. We're going to take this here, and I have an order to fulfill for Roberta. So I'm going to, Roberta Blake, and I'm going to show you one of my cute little snowman. If I can remember what I did with the little piece that went to him. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Oh, here we go. So I take a little piece of this double backing. And he is kind of really long. So I want to put a piece on the top and a piece on the bottom. If you can see that. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's going to hold it in here. And all it's going to do is just make him puffy. Okay. And everything will go around him. So this is a coaster that we poured. And we had been pouring some for another order, which was hearts for Deborah Hardy. Now we're pouring these for Roberta Blake. And I'm going to take my little, give me 1 second. I'm going to figure out how to open these darn things. They've just got this sticky back. But they're little bitty drops, and I want to use them for snowballs. So I'm going to, it's right here. There it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. And so I just pull these out, and these are just some little bitty drops. And I'm going to take these little drops because they're shorter. They're not so high. Like they'll be under the lip of the... And I'm just going to put some snowballs all around the bottom. Just like this. Get them up against the... There's one. And then put one here. Just get over there. You can see what I'm doing, guys. And I'm going to put one here. Maybe one here. No, I kind of don't like the... Maybe I'll just put these 3 over here. So I'll do it like this. I don't want to crowd them in there, is what I don't want to do. I don't want the picture to be too full. So there, whoops. They're not going to stick after you pull them back up, I don't think. There. Take that one off. And there's a little sticker on them, so you just want to make sure you get that little bitty sticker out of there. Otherwise, it'll be a smudge in your resin. There you go. One here. And then one here. Kind of like that, guys. Just to get a couple snowballs in there. I think that'd be cute. All right, there's that sticker. Okay. These guys, you know, we'll just stick back on here. They're probably not going to stick on there, so we'll put them in a cup. All right, we'll get those out of the way. Come here, you. 1 second. I'll stick them in here. This is my So go bucket. And then that's good for now for him. And then I'm going to take, what did I do? Okay. I think I'm going to take a little Christmas tree. And we're going to stick him right here. So just so he's there by Santa, or the snowman, I mean. You see my Christmas tree? And then I think what I might do, take a little candy cane, stick it right down there, okay? All right. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Oh, drop everything. All right, so I got this teeny tiny star that we are going to, whoops, get out of there, to put on top of that tree so everything's not so green. And that would be pretty. All right, so we have that, and then we will add some snowflake, okay? So, let me get this back in here. Back up there. All right, and we're going to take a little bit of our E6000, just a tad. Squeeze it up. Just one tiny tad. Get that string off of there. And we're going to drop it right there on top of our star. Okay, that's all we need is just a nugget. Small, tiny drop. Okay, and we'll take our star and we'll set it right on there. Up, come on. When you work with teeny tiny things, it is almost impossible sometimes. But what do you think of that, guys? Isn't that gorgeous? Let's see. There you go. Maybe the light will help you better. Can anybody see that better? I know it affects lots of things, but all right, so we have that. And then I'm going to take some of my snowflake here. All right, and I'm just going to sprinkle it. It's little hearts, guys, but it kind of gives it the snowflake effect, and I kind of like it. So there we go. There we go. And we're just sprinkling them in there, just like that. All right. And that one will be ready to pour. Get some of that shook down. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll put a few more over here. They want to kind of scatter everywhere. You want them spread out a little bit, so there we go. That's about even. That'll be all right there. Okay. And we are just going to set that aside for now. And I will set her over here until we're ready to pour her. And she will be poured in clear, guys. We will level that one out. Okay. Now, y'all seen my Santa. Okay. This one here. And that will be poured with the red backing. And this one will be poured with clear. So clear, clear, and a red backing. Now, you have that. All right, so now we are going to go ahead and get poured some. But before we do that, we're going to put the backing on this little turtle shaker. It's good and dry, okay? And he's got a good shake to it. Isn't that cute, guys? That's really, really cute, okay? And we will do the cleanup on it as soon as it's solidly dried. But for now, I'm going to tip it upside down, and I'm going to take my E6000 one more time. Good size ball. Now let me squeeze it out of it. There we go. That other was pretty hard. Okay. Good size ball. And we're going to put it on the back of our little jewel, remember. Just like that. Okay. And we're going to take that. We're going to turn it upside down on our turtle. Just like that. And then push it up. So that our little keyhole is up. See? And we will set her back here so she can dry. That way that one goes. And then we are going to wipe off our tool. Because we don't want, and I just use wipes, guys, regular old diaper wipes. They work, or any kind of wipe that has rubbing alcohol in it, okay? And then we will clean off the tip of our UV, or E6000, I'm sorry. And I'll just do a good wipe around the outside edge. That keeps it from hardening on me when it cap goes back on. And sometimes they do, and you just have to twist them off. So there we have it, okay? There's that one. And so these are ready, and we will get, move them over just a hair more. We will get our resin out. And don't forget, we got to pour that. And I will get that mixed up, guys, and I will be right back. Okay. All right. I had to turn that around. If for some reason wanted to take a picture of it. So we got our UV poured. And I'm going to start with our clear. I mixed it up. I use A and B epoxy resin. And it is Famo wood. It's a glaze coat. I like it. It dries clear. It can be for deep pours or light pours. Okay. So I use it for pretty much everything, guys. Excuse me. All right. So I'm going to pour some in this cup because it is easier for me to squeeze and pour. So if you can see my little guys here, let me get this light up where you guys can actually see better. Not sure what happened. Hold on a minute. There. Now we got some color, guys. Oh, it did it again. It went back dim. There's no code on there. Silly. It's trying to read a code on a cup. The cup. All right. That's why it's dimming, guys. So give me just a second here. Let me set these aside. Oops. If you can see it now. I'll turn this light back around. It might give us more brightness. Okay. So what we're going to do, you cannot read them cups. Okay. We're going to take and start here, and we're going to pour in this tiny little lip. That will be our top, as long as it doesn't run over, and that's exactly what it's going to do. So let me scrape some of that back in there. I don't need no extra edging on there. Trying to watch this thing, make sure it's not reading my cups. Sorry, guys. Let me grab a drink. All right. I apologize. Okay. And I got that cleared up, guys. We're going to go ahead and in this one here, I want to lay it a little flatter, guys. I know it don't take much. There's that staple. I don't want to over pour it. So you can see parts of it, so you can see what I'm doing. But I'm just going to pour right over the top of everything. Nice and even with my trim. I do not want to go over, okay? And it will leak down. Give it a minute and it will fill itself up here. I don't want no over pours, okay? I think I can move all this here a little bit so I can put it up there and you can see it just a little better, okay? And then once it's done, I'll do another dribble in the center, and she'll kind of take off where it needs to be, and I'll just take my little stick and just kind of wipe it through, okay? There you have it. All right. No extras, guys. Nice and clean. All right. And then for this one here, this is my Santa. And we're going to sprinkle some green in there, just kind of all around. Sometimes you got to really sprinkle it. And I got a little bit of red here. They may or may not look the same, guys. I kind of do them all different. I don't really want all these on the facial part. Okay? So I just kind of brush them off. It's okay if they get on his beard, but I don't want them on his face. All right? So just so it's about even, just like that. Maybe a little green on this side. I got a lot of green over here. Oh, yes, guys, I am so sorry. All right? You have got to put gloves on, guys. How bad of me. I so forgot my gloves. I'm so sorry. If you don't wear gloves, the resin can ruin your hands. And some people have allergic reaction to it, you know. And me probably being one included, since I'm already allergic to everything else. All right, and in this one, we're going to pour her nice and level. And need to get that level, guys. If you can see her right there. And I'm just going to pour this in there. And you just want to pour it. In this lip, I pour until it goes all the way up to the top. Okay? Just like that. I get some more in my cup. Okay. And that is not quite, let me get you down here for a minute. Sit this up here. It's a little more level. And then we're going to go ahead and pour just a tad bit more, guys. I want it all the way up to the rim. All right. About like that is good. And I'm just going to take my, I got rubbing alcohol in here. And I'm just going to spritz it. Squirt them bubbles out, guys. I don't have any trouble with this resin making bubbles on the edge, but I like to make sure that there are none, okay? It's pretty good. It is a really, really good resin. This one here, we're going to do the same. So we will take her down. We will move her up in a minute. Let's get our little sprinkles in here. Whoops, that's a little too many. Little too many. So we'll just shake them around. Kind of like that. There we go. Now, I didn't want to get them in my little snowflake, but I will just pound some out of there. Just like that. Okay. I don't want a whole lot of the blue glitter in there. And then I'm going to take and sprinkle just a little bit of the stars in there. Kind of make some cutesy pie, guys. All right. And then my blue. All right, and then we'll sprinkle a couple little bit of the hearts in there, just like that. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead and pour this one. We'll set it up here so it's good and level, and we're going to pour it up to the top. Trying to reach over this table. I feel like my arms are so short. I don't feel like I'm tall enough. Try and make sure I get to the tip of that rim. All right, and then here we're going to add some more white. Clear, guys, clear. Got a few blue flakes in there, but it's not going to matter much. And then let me have my turtles. Move them down. So on this one here, we're going to top that off where it did not clear, did not seal. So we'll just give it a good one coat all the way around. And it's kind of going to do its thing, guys. We'll just kind of move it a little bit around. All right, and there you have it. And then I'm going to do the same with this one where it did not coat. If that does not run over, maybe it needs to be a whole lot flatter than that. Let's see if that's flat enough. Yeah, because I didn't pour it totally even. Okay, I'm going to do the same on this one. I just kind of want to give it a coat around. But I need to pour it up to my lip. So I think I'm going to take this here and just kind of squeegee it up there. I just want it right along the edge so it's nice and even all the way around. You don't want to recoat over something and then not pour into your center pieces because then it doesn't look right. The effect turns out way different than what it should have. So it's just keeping it a nice even coat on there. And then she will go into where she needs to be down in there. It just looks way better, guys, when it's done right. As long as it doesn't drip over on me. And they want to because they are so unlevel. So, ouch. There's a pokey thing on the other end. People, don't poke yourself with that. You see it? Where am I? There's the pokey end. And I poked me. Crazy, crazy. Poked it right through my glove. That's what you don't do. Okay. So there you have it, guys. And you get them nice and level. So we will move her back up because we're going to be doing some different things there. That one would be more than good and level. I do believe. Looks good. This one here, I think I'll move her down here too. Let me get that one right about there, and hopefully she'll stay level. I believe it was her bottom also. That looks flat and level to me. Table is very awkward, and there's my snowflake, and so we will get that board. All right, and so now we are going to take, see, we got all of our clear tops, right? All right, so we're going to take this and we're going to pour it in here. All right. It doesn't take much. And today we're going to take some red glitter and we're going to just sprinkle it in here just about as much as we can. I think I'm going to take the cap off. It'll go a whole lot easier without resin fingers here. All right. And I'm going to dump it because I want this full of the glitter, the red glitter. All right. And then we're just going to stir that in there. Nice and easy. Don't stir it over top of the skeleton. So let me get this stirred up, guys. Normally, unless you put glue in it, but I don't like to put glue in mine. So your glitter usually floats to the top. So if I just give it a nice thick coat, And I don't have to worry about the glitter floating to the bottom. I mean. So I usually put quite a bit in there. And then as you can see, it's nice and thick. All right. Alrighty. And then I take this, guys, and I'm going to dump it in here into my turtle. Nice and easy, and she'll kind of flow around where she needs to be, and I just don't put a bunch in there. I let it kind of slide and, oh, what is that? Little hair, guys. Slide and dip. And I just give it one more little top. You don't want it to overrun, but you want it to have just enough. And if I overrun it, then I have to go backtrack and take it out. Okay? And so there you go, guys. And we already did our lid for it. And get that off of there. I don't want that going into my resin. Okay. And then what we have left, guys, is where our turtle comes in. So let me get some of these things moved, and I'll be right back. Rock and roll. All right. So I got some of them moved over, and I'll just put our little snowflake down here. And so anyhow, we're going to take our turtle tray, and we're going to stick it up here. I guess I had to put it sideways. So what we're going to do with the turtle is we're just going to lightly, easily, it's hard to take, whoops, not like that, not like that. When you do that, you gotta spread it because it's real hard to pick up these tiny turtle pieces, and it'll clear out, guys. It's easy to clean up. Turtles are simple to clean up. Just like that, guys. You want to do just drop 1, 2, 1, 2. Whoops. You don't want to over pour them. See, I can't pour cockeyed here. That's what makes it so hard. And it's glitter, so it sticks to everything. I need a drop in that one. 2. Drop. I am making a mess out of these turtles today, guys. It's just crazy. I'm going to brush it down here where you can see. And I get them kind of flat. All right. Then I'm going to go this way because it's easier. 1, 2, 3. And stop. And drip. Just like that. 1, 2, 3. Stop. Oops. And drip. Just like that. Nope. Hold on a minute. Let me get that brush down in there. Okay. And it's kind of taken effect, but if I don't put another tiny drop in it, then I have a bubble in my foot, and I don't like that. So then you go 1, 2, 3, drop. That one's kind of cured itself. 1, 2, 3. I find if I count to 3, sometimes it helps, and sometimes it just doesn't. I got days I can pour these perfect, and I got other days I can mess them all up. All right, guys, that becomes a mess, but you kind of get the idea of the turtle. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. I'll pour one more here, 12, 13, 14. Anytime I pour them, I try to pour them in 20s. And if I have enough, then I may pour an extra one. And so we got 21. Oops. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I lost count. 15. And there would be 16. Get it to spread down in there. And then be 17. 18. 19. Oops, a little over on that one, guys. Let me see if I can brush it down into this tray. And then what I'm going to do, because I know I got enough in here, I'm going to make this one. And I'll drop this down in here. Try to get them as many as I can. Oops, there we go. All right, I'm going to pour that one. And then we'll pour this one here and call it quits before we mess them all up, guys. We're getting there. I like to pour them in 20s. This one needs a drop. And that's good. Then we're all good, and we'll pour the last one in here. Oh, we can do one more, guys. Maybe two. And rake this one over. Getting that one even there. Get this what little bit I got out of my cup. And dropping it in there makes that one. All right, guys, it's a little messy. It's the glitter, actually, but we're going to keep it that way. And we're going to move on. Okay, so there's our turtles, guys, as you have it. And I'll show you tomorrow, and I already showed you today what the turtles look like, okay? And then what we have left here, we have a cup. What did I do with the cup with red paint? Oh, because it kept trying to read my cup, remember? So we're going to take the red, and we're going to pour this in there because it is getting hot. I'm going to have to work quickly on this one. All right, so we're going to stir that in there, all nice and pretty, just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to, there's some red. All right. Then we're going to pour the red into here, guys. And she is getting warm, so we want to get it in there quickly. And we don't want to over pour her. So just like that. We want it to be nice and level too, guys. So we're going to have to level her up. All right, so we're going to switch with this one. And we're going to put this one up there so it's good and level. Just like that. Because we don't want it unlevel. All right, we don't want it to run. Okay, and so there we go. And then, with what is left, we are going to pour I will take this one right here. And we're going to start another coaster here for Roberta. So we'll take our blue glitter. Okay. Now, actually, before we do that, guys, let's go ahead and use what's left in this cup as a top paint. So I think I'm going to go ahead and pour some red into this. Or some blue, into a cup. Yeah, let's do that. And then we are going to add into our cup real quick some blue glitter. I think that's what we will do. So we can get this one done. We're just going to pour the blue glitter in. Oh, I don't even know why I did that. Anyway, we get the glue glitter poured in just like that, and we're going to stir it in there really good, guys. We actually need to add some more. It's getting hot, so we want to get it poured as quickly as possible. Blue glitter, because it takes lots. We want it to be as thick as possible. So there's the blue glitter. I'll stir that in. Okay, we're going to add a drop of blue paint, just a drop. And I use just the eco-friendly paints. And I'm going to stir that in, guys. Nice and pretty, because she is warming up as we speak. Nice and hot. Okay. And then in our mold here, as you can see it, wipe that out of there really quick. Okay. Get that cleaned out of there. What is that? I'm losing color here, guys. All right. All right, there we have it. And we're going to dump that in there. And we're just going to dump it because it is getting hot. And I really, truly don't want it to get too hot. I'm going to need just a tad bit more. So I'm just going to pour a little bit in there. I'm going to stir that in really good, guys. It's just going to take a tiny bit. There we have it. All right. And she is done. And then I will pour that blue glitter in here. We'll get a couple small, tiny molds from the turtle. Oops. All right. One more. I can get one more, guys. I just want to drip it in there. I love the turtle covers. The glittery ones are so beautiful. When you pop them out, they're always so cute. No matter what color they are, but it's nice to have the many different colors turtles. And come on, drip, drip. All right, that resin is almost too hard to do anything with, guys. Okay, and there you have it. There's those. All right, what we need to do really fast, guys, is we need to get this last mixed up while it's still gooey. Hold still for a minute. Let me grab a popsicle stick. Okay, there you have it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and put our where is it? Our crushed flakes into the resin. Get the blue paint in there real quick. We want to mix it while we can. We're going to sprinkle them in there. And we're going to dump the last of the snowflakes out of the baggie in there. Okay. Then we're going to stir it in. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a lot, but as long as we get it in there and get it stirred up. Okay. it's starting to harden in the cup, so it's almost like Play-Doh. Yeah, that's... Hold on one second, everybody. Oh, that's really harsh. Okay. Now let's pour this, guys. We don't have no time. We're going to go ahead and pour our snowflake. You cannot see it. Maybe you can see it from here. Put that up there. Okay, here's our snowflake. And we are just going to, pour her right in there. Because she is about to explode in color. I desperately need her level. Because it is hot. And I'm going to take this and just go right over top of that. And smooth it back. Because if I don't get it down in there, then we just won't have it. And for as hot as that is, guys, I hope it doesn't explode on me today. But let me take a little bit of it out. Just because it wants to explode. There you have it. All right. Okay. Now if I can just get her tap level. And we'll see what happens, okay? And what's left of this, guys, I just don't think I could really do anything with it unless I could smudge in some butterflies. I think I'll give it a shot. We'll just take a little bit. And we'll just kind of smudge it across. Just like so. What is good on it will seal. What isn't won't. Okay. And there you go. I'm going to clean it up. Just like that. Because your butterflies are so easy for cleanup. Yeah, see how sticky that is, guys? I just don't even think that's going to set. We'll see. But it got too hot. So there you have it. And there's all that. Okay. So this is not really good to do anything else with. We will pitch that out. I'll change my gloves and we will be right back. Okay. So I got my resin mixed up, guys. And so for the rest of our skull here, while we're on this subject, all right, so for our skull, what we're going to do today is we are going to pour in some blue to finish it off, because the last time we made it, we stopped with like a glitter, mocha glitter, and we put the jewel on the head, okay? And there's a gap in between it, but what we want to do is we want to pour some blue. So I think I'm going to do the blue glitter. That's blue glue. Sorry. Wrong one. Blue glitter. So what I want to do is take this cup. We're going to do little bits of it at a time. So I'm going to put a little bit of glitter to make it shiny. And then a little bit of blue paint. Alright, and we're going to mix it up in here in our cup. Let me get the, well, okay. Hold still. As long as I don't knock everybody over, we will be good. Alright. To grab out some small popsicle sticks. Okay, and we are going to stir this in. So the blue glitter will kind of be in there and you'll see it floating around. I'm going to stir it up really good, guys. We're going to do it up in a little bit of layers here. It'll be a tad bit different. So let me have, this one is going to get poured. Can you see my skull? Okay, so we're going to pour the blue in there. Just like that. I'm going to do it again. We're going to take our cup and we are just going to, oh, hold on guys, I got to move my stick out of here so it doesn't loosen all that resin up in there and fall all over me. And the reason I'm doing this in layers is because I did not measure my skull and what it needed before I did it. So, whoops, a little too much. Okay. And since I didn't, then I'm not exactly sure how much I'm going to need. So, I think this one will do it. I'm going to squeeze some more blue in there. And then we're going to add some more blue glitter into our cup. Just like that. And then we're going to stir it again. Okay. See all that glitter in there, guys? It gets nice and thick with the blue paint. And I just wanted to have the glossy glitter look. And like I said, I use the eco-friendly paints. One of these days I'll invest in some metallics. I just haven't had the extra money these days to do that. It'd be really, really nice once we get everything going and up and running. I just got my store open and all that good stuff. So here we go. All right, there you have it. And we're going to pour it in there. Okay. And then we'll scrape our cup. Get every little last drop off the bottom. And there we go. And we don't want to overrun it, guys. We just want it to be nice, even flow. Now, the thing I learned when you pour the bigger molds like this, okay, don't try to move them around a lot. Let me get this put over here. But, however, if you do move it, make sure it's level. Okay, guys? So, all I'm going to do is just sit her over here. I'm going to level this one up. And I'm going to sit this one right here. So it's still nice and level and it doesn't get bumped over because I'm pretty much done with the glitters. Okay. All right. One more thing, guys. So I have to find, whoops, sorry about that. I have to find another small mold. So we're going to use the owl. Okay. Love this little guy. I'm going to take him and sit him right here. I'm going to get me another cup. I want to do this kind of differently. Whoops. All right. And I'm going to take the cup. And if I remember right, it was only one of these little cups and she was pretty full. So, all right. So now we are going to, I think I want to do it in a gold glitter. And I wanted to see how that would look. So that is exactly what we're going to do, guys. I'm going to take the cap off. And we're going to pour our gold glitter in there. I want her to be a good golden owl. Okay. I'm going to take my stir stick here. I'm just going to stir in there. Stir around all that glitter. Get it down inside my resin because my cup is kind of full here. Nice and smooth. Rake it off of my spoon. There we go. And get it down in there. Just give it a good stir around, guys, because it's going to get warm on me if we don't hurry. So here we go. I'm going to pour that in there. Okay. Just like so. See it? Just want to make sure that's stirred in there real good, guys. It's a lot of glitter, so the more glitter, the thicker it is. All right. And then we are going to pour the little almond. Okay? Sit it here so y'all can see. I'm just going to pour that down in there. Can you see that? And there you have it. Okay? Trying not to overrun it, but you want to get in them paws, and that's the thing, guys. You want to make sure it goes inside the paw. Okay? And I'm just going to move it back here so it doesn't spill. Okay? And then with the glitter we have left for that one, we will pour a goldfish. Okay? And I'm just going to pour her gold. And that run down in the tail. Put a little drop in the wing. And smooth them in there. And we get another little pour there. So we can get that other in the other side. There we have it. Now drop. Okay. We're going to let it run down into the fins. Okay. One more, guys. We're running a little short here, so let's just get some hearts in here. So there's our little goldfish. And we can kind of set her right there. She'll stay good and level, I believe. Okay. And then here's some hearts. And we're just going to pour those in here. All right, I take my little picker here, guys, and we're gonna just kind of go up and around. Come off of both sides there. All right. And I don't normally dome them in here because one side is flat and the other side is round, so I try not to dome them because then they don't need a lot. But I will add a little extra to this one, just so it kind of goes around there good and proper by itself. Give her a couple more drops. Okay, hold on, guys. Get some scrapes out of here. Give that one a drop and a drop. All right. Give that one a drop and a drop and a drop. Okay. And there you have the gold, guys. All right. Now, with what we have left here, we are going to do some top coat painting. So what I want to do, and there's no easy way to do it, but what I want to do is, this is the resin, so I'm going to put this in a smaller cup. All right. And then I'm going to sit down here so I can show you guys kind of, I need to kind of be in your way, not in your light. I'm going to move them aside. Them are good and done. Oh, my hip is killing me today, guys. All right, so I got some little stickers on these little keychains. I guess maybe I could take that off of there for now. I was kind of trying to figure what I really wanted to do with it. And I decided I wanted to make it a keychain. However, I wanted to kind of dome, like just give it a coat. So I want to just coat it with a nice clear coat of resin. Okay, just to give it a little shine. I didn't have any extra UV. I'm waiting on my order to come in, so we are just going to give it a nice pretty shine. Just like so. And all I'm doing is putting a coat on it. And kind of balling around it. Alright, and then I'll put it in a dry spot, just like that, guys. Because it's a sticker, if I can get the little sticker to adhere. So, the same with this one, I'm just going to give it a light coat, just like that. Just like that, okay? Just so it kind of coats the sticker onto the mold. Okay? And we're just going to stick her up, okay? In the same way with the little guy here we did. I'm just going to give him a brush with a light coat, just to make him nice and shiny too. Everything is shiny with resin on it. Just like that. And even if you wanted to, you could just kind of like drizzle it on there and it'll do its shape down. Okay? I'm just going to move that one up. And then this one here's got a little soccer ball on it that we did, which is a keychain, and we're just going to give it a light coat. And just kind of pat it on there because it will run down the sides nice and smooth, okay? And then you can just lightly sand your side. These here, it's just kind of a perfect little heart, so everything just kind of goes right on down, and I just kind of brush it. When I don't have UV resin, this is how we make them shiny and give them shiny coats. So our sticker actually stays on instead of falling off. And then with this one, we will do the same. And yes, everything gets sticky. All right, and we'll do the same, just like that. Okay, and then there's that one, and it's good and done, guys. Oops, if I can get it out of there. Well, jeebies. There we go. It will dry, okay? Brush that back a little bit. There we go. All right, and so that's just kind of how I do them. And then I have these bigger ones here, okay? And they got the snowflakes on them, so I'm just going to kind of pour it on and then brush it around. I want it to be a nice clear coat all the way around. You can make them as messy as you want as long as you sand them down and make them pretty when they're done. Okay, and just kind of go around the edge with that. So once it drips down, it'll be right around the edge of it. Okay, just like that, guys. This is a bigger one. So I kind of try to move them out of the way. All right, so they stay good and pretty. I'm going to move this one aside. I have a whole drying stand over here, and I try to keep all the sticky stuff from sticking. And this one here doesn't really have anything for it to fall into. It's velvet. This was my Halloween one. I don't know why I put the Halloween sticker on a blue glitter, but I think it turned out kind of cute. Kind of like the whole teal effect for the holiday. We're just going to brush that on too. Nice and smooth, and then I'll put a little bit more on there. I kind of want it to be a nice even coat. And just kind of brush it down. Go around the outside edge, guys. Make sure they're smoothed out so there's no bubbles. Okay? And just like that, that one is done. And we'll move it over here. And then we have this little guy here. And we're going to do the same. We're just going to pour it on. This is our kitty cat with the thing, if you remember, but it's a kitty sticker. We had did this one on a video before, and I kind of wanted to put a coat on it because it needed a shiny coat for the sticker. Okay? And I'm going to go around the outside edge with that one too. Whoops. Nice and smooth, guys. Keeping them smooth, making sure all the drip-offs, if you possibly can. Once you smooth it out. All right? And we can sand anything else after that. But we want it to be pretty. Okay? And so there's that one. We have our other little ghost here. We're just going to give him a little top coat, just like this. It will harden faster because this resin actually cures in 2 hours. So it's good resin. I'm just kind of brushing it off there, guys. Kind of smoothing it out. Making sure it goes down on all the sides. Just like we did the other times. And then we're going to go right around the outside edge. Giving it a nice shiny coat. This was the bottom of our coaster, guys. Or the bottom of our ornament, sorry. You can see I already drilled the hole, but they're not that hard to drill back through. I seen, I'm not dogging anyone, but I seen Let's Resin had a new drill out. I had bought mine at a yard sale, and I absolutely love it. And I had to buy my drill and my pieces all separate, so it's kind of neat that Let's Resin has one. It comes with all the pieces. So I think, whoops, everybody's crooked. Sorry about that, guys. Got everybody all turned around and crooked here. Let me get you all straightened back. Here we are. And so what I was saying is Let's Resin sells the one that has the whole drill and bits and everything to it. I don't know what they cost. I just heard that I saw the commercial thing about it. I actually had to buy mine all separate, but I wouldn't trade my kit for nothing in the world. My uncle bought my bits, and my boyfriend had wound up buying all of my, or fiance I should say, bought all my tools at a yard sale. And so I actually got all those for like 10 bucks. And I was really satisfied. So, but it took me a lot to, nope, now see, there's still a little bend in that one, guys. And so when it drips down, some of these are real flexy. Okay, so there you have it. And that's the last one of those. Okay. All right, guys. And then my brush I'll get here in a minute and get it put in a cup. And we'll clean some of these tools up, like supposed to clean them up as we go so they're not like all sticky. My gloves are sticky, so that won't do no good until I'm done here. And I'll get everything cleaned up. We do not normally spritz them. And by far, I don't like to spray mine down after they're poured. Okay? Not always. And I will sometimes. So for the rest of the resin here, I'm going to pour this back in there. Into this cup. Let me grab my popsicle stick. And I will show you all really quick like. Because there's still some in here. And before it's good and hard, we'll get that back in here. Okay. Now with what little bit is in here, I think what I am about to do is to go ahead and mix some color. So I thought about some purple. Okay. So we'll put some purple down in there. All right, and then I have some purple glitter. And we'll sprinkle some purple glitter in there. Just a little bit, guys. Not a lot of this one. Because there's just very little in the cup. So I'm going to take all this off of there. If I can scrape it all down. Oops. My cup is... These cups are always flimsy. I'd rather pour them in the pixie cups. It's so much easier. Okay. I'm just going to stir that in there. If you can see me. Get all this down there. And just kind of give it a good stir. Okay. It's got that little bit glitter. Kind of make it shine. I'm so tickled about that. Alright, guys. So, I'm going to take this and just pour it into the rest of our hearts. And I'm going to take my popsicle stick. Since this is the smaller one, it works better. Just go around the tip. Okay? We're going to do the same in all the 4 little ones here. I know this one's kind of hard to see, and I'm sorry you can see this little one here. And I'm just going to do this to the rest of them. Okay? Oops. Do not overrun that. Alright. We're going to slide that across because I overran her just a little bit. And do some little cleanup here. Pull it back. Okay. Now we're going to pour a little more in that one. Okay. And just doing the tip around the top. And then we'll pour this one. And do the tip around the top. Okay. Now I am going to have to pour it in a Dixie cup. Because I can't pour corners, turtles I mean, without my little cup. This big cup just spills them everywhere. If I don't already do that myself. Okay. There's that one. So sorry, guys. My throat's getting dry. I've been on here for about an hour. I think that's about the longest video I've made in a long time. Well, since I started this thing. Almost 2-hour video. Okay. I think that's good enough. And now we're going to pour some turtles. Jeez. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. She's a little over. A lot over, maybe. Just scrape it back. One of these days, I'll get used to pouring this tiny stuff, but for now, I'm working on it. Okay. And 3. All right. That's too much. Okay, but it'll work. That'll heal. All right, and there you have it, guys. That's how we do it, okay? And so I think with this little tiny drop of purple that's left, before we go, we will pour us a unicorn. Can everybody see the unicorn? I'll just give her a good slant. I don't have to lay it flat. But anywho, here we go. That ought to go in there really nicely. Okay, let me get some more out of my cup here. And my big cup real quick. And I got a little drop in there, guys, and I can get it out. Just enough to fill this unicorn up. My Harmony's favorite color, I think, is purple, if I'm not mistaken. All right, and there you have it, guys. That's that. And that is a full day, all right? So we will demold tomorrow. And everybody have a good night, all right? Thank you. God bless you. And do not forget to like and subscribe and share my channel, all right? And welcome aboard, guys. God bless you all. Good night.